So everyone has been freaking out. The channel is an absolute success. So I thought it was apropos to do a tutorial for my personal favorite hero, my wonderful, stoops, awesome hero, Arthas. Looking great. So let's just go through the abilities and the talent choices, and we'll sort of just learn a little bit together. So, abilities. Here we have Death Coil, mana 50, cooldown 9 seconds, deals 80 damage to a target enemy, or heals yourself for 82 health. Double-edged blade. Howling Blast is the next one. Fires ice to root and freeze people for 1.5 seconds and deals 30 damage. 12-second cooldown. Frozen Tempest. The Dress of Death that extends around Arthas, deals 26 damage per second to nearby enemies, slows them by 6%, stacking up to 30%. Awesome. Frostborn Hungers, cooldown 12 seconds, activates your next basic attack to strike and do 100% increased damage and restore 30 mana. I love it. Ultimates, Heroics. Army of the Dead. No one uses it anymore, but I'll talk about it anyway. Cooldown 100 seconds. Summons ghouls that last 15 seconds. Sacrifice ghouls to heal for 104 health each. Ghouls. The Piece de Resistance. Summon Syndragosa. Mana 100%, cooldown 80 seconds, deals 150 damage and slows enemies for 60% for 2 seconds. Also disables minions for 10 seconds and structures for 20 seconds. Big on the push. Really, really great. Talent choices. Let's not slow down. Level 1. Block, which you already know what that is. Eternal Hunger. Frostborn Hunger restores mana. Howling Blast cooldown reduced by 3 seconds. Regeneration Master. So if you're tanking, Arthas is more of a bruiser, as I'm sure you know, which means he doesn't really stand at the front like Johanna and just handle biz. He sort of like does a little bit of damage and kind of can survive. So Regeneration Master, increasing your health regeneration by gathering globes, really helpful. So this is really good if you're going to be main tank, if you're going to be alt tank, sort of off, whatever. Eternal Hunger is pretty cool for DPS spec. Block is kind of worthless unless you're playing with a lot of auto attack heroes, then it's something to consider. Frost Presence 3 seconds, yeah, it's helpful maybe if you're going DPS or whatever, but like really sustainability is the name of the game, and I guess one could argue that you could use it for your escapes or whatever, but not my fave. Mercenary Lord, kind of new-ish. If you're off tank, that's nice. Destruction increased the damage. So if you're going DPS, Destruction is hot as fuck. So think about that. Frozen Waste, tank spec McGee. Reduces the mana cost by 3 per second, which is over time. Actually, is that even good? Anyway, next, level 7, Rune Tap, another heal, another add to your sustain. Gotta go with it if you're tanking. If you're DPSing, then Obliterate. Sort of DPSing is all kind of generated around or generalized around, neither of those words are correct, Frostborn Hunger. So you're just trying to beef that thing up, so you're just slapping everybody with a kangaroo stick. Death Touch, Death Coil causes enemy minions to explode, killing target instantly and dealing its normal damage. I mean, yeah, kind of, but it's like you got specialists doing that. Well, who's doing that? Okay, like I said before, Army of the Dead, no one uses it anymore because it got nerfed to shit, and like there's less ghouls, less health, the whole thing's a joke. It's like putting an inner tube around yourself and getting hit by a car. Summon Syndragosa. This is what I'm talking about. Huge ass dragon. I mean, just visually, you're scaring everybody. Huge ass dragon, freezing everybody, slowing stuff down, just total chaos. I mean, just for the lols. I mean, forget the skill, just for the lols. Forget the whatever, the meta about it. Alright, so this is kind of important. These are defensive abilities. Depending on how it's going, usually helps me determine which I'm going to pick. If we're just getting our asses kicked by mages, Jaina, Kael, the whole nine, Spell Shield's got to go. Relentless is kind of like an arrogant DPS thing if you're kind of doing well. This is kind of cool if you're doing well to obviously make it easier to catch people with a Howling Blast. Biting Cold, Frozen Tempest damage increase is hot. I mean, it's hot. It's just hot as fuck. You're as Arthas, you're usually in the midst of things, running around, constantly doing damage with this Frozen Tempest situation, so why the hell not? Level 16. Okay, so if you're tanking Stone Skin, hands down. 30% of your maximum health for shield for 5 seconds, gets you in the gritty business, just in the hardcore drug deals, probably around coin turn-ins and such. Frostmourne feeds, again, going DPS is what you want to do. Interesting. Immortal Coil has a little bit more sustain and whatnot, but at the end of the day, the bonus, like the meat that Stone Skin gives you, I would not trade that for the world. Embrace Death. Death Coil deals 20% more damage, eats 10% of life you are missing. DPS, maybe, but it's like, then that just kicks ass when you're getting your ass kicked. I mean, that's just a redundant ass kicking. Level 20. Okay, so if we're getting our ass kicked, that's kind of how I gauge this all. I'm sure you can tell at this point. If we're getting our ass kicked, harden shield. You gotta do what you can do. You gotta survive. If we're kicking ass, absolute zero. Cindergrosa flies twice as far. Enemies are rooted for 2 seconds, which means they're just getting served up to my team, and then slowed by 60% for 2 seconds, which is great. I mean, this would be cool if the ghoul thing was cool to begin with, but it's not. DPS rewind, hands down. You're just double ice, doubled Frostmourne. You're just coming in like a wombat. It's just you're killing everybody. Okay, so last thing is the skins. Why not? Arthas normal, kind of boring, kind of usual, kind of RP, whatever. Arthas master skin. Oh, I like it in pink, oddly enough. Arthas Frostworm, kind of badass. I like it kind of in the darker colors. And then classic disruptive pupil Arthas when Uther was just getting pissed all the time and he just kind of was participating in genocide. But Arthas fans like to look past that. So, usually I would do a tutorial in a quick match game because I ain't no punk bitch. We're going to do it in ranked. Hopefully I can get the Arthas pick, no one picks him before me, or no one picks stupid tank picks and everything falls apart. Let's see how that goes. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited for this. I'm thinking just everyone's really gonna get what they want out of this. So I'm gonna show my pick early, hopefully communicating with the team. All right, we got to, okay, let's stick with, okay. Meon Ips is sort of playing with me right now, doing the old suggested pick. We got a butcher on the enemy team. Pretty excited about that. We got another tank up there. Hey all, care to double? Gotta communicate. Tank. This whole tutorial is about to fall apart if I have to pick someone else, which I will for the betterment of the team, because that's what I care about. I care about the betterment of the team. I know people say, like earlier videos, people were very upset about how I was upset. Losses get to all of us, but let's just fight through it here and really communicate. Just really be something right now. So no one is responding to the call to double tank. Garden of Terror, kind of a bruiser-friendly map. You know what? I'm gonna do it. We're gonna double tank. I'm gonna go Crown Prince Arthas skin with the purple pants and the purple Crusade, even to rub it more in Uther's face. We're gonna get the purple Crusader horse. For those of you that don't know the lore in World of Warcraft or the Warcraft history, Arthas used to be a paladin for the light. Then he got corrupted. Then he sort of turned into this weird sort of like devotee of the Burning Legion peeps. Actually not Burning Legion, but like fell in, like got controlled by Ner'zhul and Frostmourne and all these things. Basically turned into a mini Hitler. Had towns killed, sterilized under the guise of stopping this exploding plague that went everywhere. I'm butchering the story, but the point is that Arthas was once good and now he's horrifyingly bad. But the skin I chose represents him when he was good, so we can all just chill out a little bit. All right, Garden of Terror. Again, you got to fight those shamblers, collect those seeds, take the garden terror, and whoop fat ass. So let's just take a look here at what we can do to help our team. We're dual tanking. No one really kind of pitched in on the opinions on that. I have had much success with dual tanks, but it takes a little bit of synergy and a little bit more focus on the DPS, whereas initially if you're just a single tank, it's up to you to hold the line. Okay, here we go. That's just gorgeous. So what I'm going to do here, you know what? I am going to go Regeneration Master, because Arthas, regardless of anything, does need help with his sustain. As far as tanks go, he's not the tankiest. So usually things catch up to him really difficult on the DPS sort of thing. Okay, here. I'm going to travel through the first tier little town, which is actually kind of pretty if you think about it. This isn't necessarily my favorite map, but I do have to say that, oh, Marden. So I'm in lane with Mara, their tank, who is very effective. He's got these concussive blow situations, which causes stuns constantly. For an opposing player, that's pretty annoying, but you got to get over it if you want to play this game, because that's the way it is. So Mara's going to jump in from the bushes, thinking I don't see him, or not at all. Mzibo's on my side, conserving his zombie wall for when I approach, like so. Okay, Mara was hiding in the bottom bush. I'm going to escape, but not really. I'm going to take a hammer to the face. It's cool. Go back here, and we're at half health. So traditionally, when you're single in a lane, you want to kind of hold back, let the towers do most of the work, blah, blah, but that's just boring as shit. So I'm going to be out here trying to just do some sort of deeps. All right, here, I'm going to heal early. Hopefully that'll recharge in time for me to use it during the Shambler spawn or when night comes. I'm going to be annoying. It's a little death coil over there. Just greet him, say what's up. They keep hiding in the bushes for whatever reason to try to pull off some sort of gank situation, but I don't understand why. Ooh, they're not in the bushes. They're trying to go down to gank Rexar. Not advised, but hey. I'm trying to get this XP. Again, it's important for me to get, and I know I should be going to get seeds right now, but it's important for me to get these orbs because in the beginning it doesn't really matter at all, but later in the game I become a fucking beast. So Vala's got those seeds really well under control. There's a lot of action down south, so instead of just being up there, I want to help my team and just try to... So we're going to corner our team. We're going to corner Nazib. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, we might get 2 kills. Perfect. Love it. See, this is what happens when you help your... Oh my god, it's 1 on 100. Okay, Vala's coming in, just doing mad deeps. Oh, we are just cleaning house. So if you notice, a big part of my DPS... Oh my god, this is just a bloodbath. In the best way possible. So one of the things you guys got to pay attention to... I mean, you don't. You can do whatever you want. It's free country. But if you want to get better is, with Arthas... its placement is almost just as important if you were a squishy. Because the thing is because you're not as strong as other tanks, you have to get in and put... Oh, Mara, very strategic. Stunning hammer. Let's all go up to the next... Because basically you have... Oh, by the way, you have to collect 100 seeds to raise the... God damn! We are cleaning house. You got to collect 100 seeds to raise the Garden Terror, which is a huge demolition beast that you can wreck enemy forts with, which is how you win the game. So yeah, like I was saying about Arthas, is like, is you got to find a strategic position in order for you to get in and get out. Because you got to do your damage, and then you got to get in and get out. So, like so... There's a lot of enemy team here. Ooh. So I'm going to die. Or not at all, because my team is incredible. Care, Uther? That's right, we should. So, you gotta find your spots. You gotta find your spots, you gotta get in, do damage, and not die like I'm about to do right now. Oh, Jaina just saved my ass. Jaina is a hero. And it's also important that you let your teammates know when they do really great, because it really helps their self-esteem. I know that from experience. When people say I did great, I feel great, the rest of my day is great. So as you will see, we have gotten our Garden Terra. And what you want to do is you want to go into as many forts as possible, sort of spread out your damage. Also, people like to do things, it's called split pushing, where the Garden Terror and people will be doing stuff at a certain gate, and then at another gate, you will try to do as much damage as possible. So you're sort of maximizing on damage output. Now, of course, there are other schools of thought on this where you could together, you know, do more damage in a single area if you were all together, which, I mean, there is obviously an argument for that, but split pushing is just a little bit more fun. So we may, if this works out correctly, even take down this fort, which I'm pretty excited about. Now remember, I gotta get these gems, orbs. I got 10 so far, which is really good. And we took out a fort. So now you want to get out of there pretty quickly because people are pissed when you take out forts and they want to rush up and gank you. Like Nazebo's trying to do. Okay, so we're going to go down and try to do a little gankage because we did some serious damage up there. So right now, they're looking pretty excited. And that's just a great... So the Howling Blast, as I'm sure you're aware, like doesn't do that much damage, and that's fine, because the entire purpose of Howling Blast is literally to serve up enemy steak for your team. So you don't need to worry about doing so much damage. Really kind of zoning and getting enemies in the right position is the purpose behind most of Arthas' abilities, whether it's Frozen Tempest, which is slowing people down, whether it's Howling Blast, not so much Death Coil, because that's just to heal myself or poke the enemy with just poopy damage, but that's fine. So, right now we're doing well on XP, getting close to 10. Hit 10. So, like I said before, summon Syndragosa every time. You're going to freeze people, slow people. Later on, you're going to root people if things are going correctly. And honestly, I'm pretty hot with this stuff. They call me Babe Root. Alright, here we go. We're having a problem up north. So we're going to solve the problem. Oh, that's embarrassing. That guy is not having a good time today. I'm going to slow down. See, Tempest slows down, and then boom, you just feed him to the cats. Feed him to the cats. So another cool thing about Arthas is he's not bad at doing damage, so you can help out or solo mercenary camps yourself. So right now, technically, is not a good time to be getting mercenary camp because the focus should be on the seeds, which is fine, but since our team's kicking ass and we're up a level, and we're all in the same area, why not get a little camp, get a little orb while we're at it, and head over here and get back to our seeds. Woo! Gotta stay out of that drop zone. Alright, so you want to handle your deeps, get some more orbs. So if you noticed, I have 19 orbs right now, which bonus health regeneration 28.5. That's pretty exciting. Because again, with Arthas, he's not that big of a straight up warrior. He's a frickin' bruiser, doing a little bit of damage, rooting, kind of being annoying, being around there. And so you gotta gotta get some more mana. So you gotta just keep that regeneration booming, otherwise you're gonna get just taken the hell out by their other DPS. So another thing is, see the guys with the hats? Well, he just died, but those are the guys with the orbs. Again, I'm assuming that some people watching this have never played Heroes of the Storm before. Some people are new to it, blah, blah. So for those of you vets who might come by my channel and change it immediately, there might be some redundant information that could be considered boring to you. Okay, so here's an enemy. Ooh, here's the enemy Garden Terror. So we're going to want to just, so it can spawn this little flower pot. You want to kill that because that's doing damage to your buildings. Oh shit, I really did not do well in that team fight. So let's change this. Okay, so this is pretty exciting. So we root him. Oh, that's a waste. That's a waste of a Cindergosa right there. Okay, so this battle's kind of not going well. As you can tell, my positioning wasn't good at all. So Jaina comes in with a perfect assistance. There we go. Nice little kill right there. So Jaina comes in with a perfect amount of assistance because, again, Arthas isn't necessarily great one-on-one. He's actually not. But with synergy with teammates, he becomes a fucking warlock. Just a beast. I don't mean warlock like legitimately. So this guy's going to die. He's not being very... So I don't even need to help with it. Actually, no, I could have. Anyway. So let's focus on orbs. Ooh, here's 2 orbs for us. And again, like I said, once this guy is just... That was not a smart decision, buddy. So... Again, once you pick up your sustain, you're just kicking ass. So another thing is you want to go in and just sort of take a lot of damage for your team in situations like you're pushing forts, so the towers and the forts are attacking you and not the squishy people like Jaina. That's me getting hit with missiles. That's just perfect. So now we should be kind of running a wave. I'm going to try to intervene a little bit here. And we're going to kill Moradin. I'm going to overextend a little bit. We're going to kill Butcher. I'm going to get another orb. And this is just working out. So now we're up by a couple levels. They got a couple people dead. I guarantee you they're not happy right now. Their entire team is pretty upset, pretty frustrated with each other. I'm certain they're playing the blame game like somebody you may know last or a couple videos ago. Which is fine. Sometimes you got to air it out. You just got to get it out. You got to get it out of your system, and you got to just communicate your thoughts. Now, there's trolling isn't always helpful, and that's debatable, and just giving up and all that other crap. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Nobody needs that. But communicating and sometimes people learning does help a little bit. I'm not saying I did that. Just saying whatever. Oh, and also, there were a couple people that were very upset at one of my original videos claiming that, like, oh, I'm not very good, therefore, like, this is bullshit, blah, blah, whatever. So, let me just say, for the record, in no way do I claim to be the best HOTS player. In no way do I think I'm uber crazy, blah, blah. I just say, like, I feel like I'm good enough to just be invited to the casual players party. I feel like I can help a team. So now this guy is just toast. Yeah, so I can be invited to the casual players party and just contribute. I feel like I can contribute. That's the end all be all of it. So, in other words, okay, we're having a So if I would have gotten that increased, if I would have gotten the what's it called? The increased, damn it, fast little wolf. Nobody likes you. All right, this guy is so freaking annoying. He's just baiting us into this freaking wall. Okay, so another rule of thumb to pay attention to, which I will display right now. Oh! Oh! So what happened there is that guy tried to use his ultimate ability, which immediately, like, brings you back to 1,000,000 health. but it has a little bit of a casting time. As you can see, we killed him before the cast could go through, which is basically ESPN, penis in the face, rock and roll. So anyway, what I'm doing right now is really not helpful at all because I have no mana. So this is debatable of what people should do. I'm going to go back. Actually, ignore retreat. Ooh, okay. Actually, it was a good retreat call. Oh, who knew? Thinking ahead. So I'm going to go back, get my mana so I can cast abilities and do anything, and I'm going to go over here and deal with this Mara situation. So what happens when people are really upset and their teams are losing is one person tries to just sort of like go out on their own and just kind of do siege damage and just kind of really not contribute to the team whatsoever. So what's really cool, and he doesn't have a lot of mana, which is nice. So what I'm trying to do here is just sort of, see, he thinks he's slick. It's definitely not happening. Okay. Okay, that's very frustrating. One of Mara's great abilities as a stupid dwarf is... Oh, that's annoying. Okay, is he can jump over shit. So you could be kicking his ass, like just like making him pay crazy overages for health insurance, just making him really doubt himself as a dwarf, and then he can hop over a fence and run away and be home. So great for him, bad for me. Great for him, annoying for me. That's fine. Whatever. I'm over it. So what we're doing now, we're trying to get in camps, kind of cleaning up. But the one thing about Heroes of the Storm that's is great when you're losing and bad when you're winning is their comeback mechanics. So things are going good. Hypothetically, we could be like, oh, we're going to win this game, but we might not because they have a comeback mechanic which is going to say, oh, like they wipe us once, they gain a couple levels, then they're coming back, then all of a sudden we know. Okay, so usually I get absolute 0, which I'm going to do anyway. All right, so no tutorial here. So that guy's fighting solo, not smart for him. So now we're going to clear these minion waves, make way for our siege people to get through and start attacking the core because we want to... Oh. Okay, so now this hypothetically... Oh, this is just a bloodbath. This is just absolute... I'm going to pad my stats over here a little bit, because why not? This one's for the fans. Take down this tower. Okay, now we're going to help on the core. Hopefully we're going to get a kill right here. Because this guy's running in for no reason because he's just depressed. Oh, and before the heal again. 2 for 2. ESPN. Again, so this is my dark chocolate bittersweet Arthas tutorial. I know it's a little fast-paced, a little kind of disjointed all over the place, but hopefully you got a little bit of an idea of just how Arthas is an in-betweener. A little bit of deeps, a little bit of strength, got to build that sustain, and then all of a sudden you're gonna have a great time. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next videos. I'm gonna be up on Twitch pretty soon, and this is Ralph Puppets, over and out.